Got this question from a viewer in England. Hey Joe, how do you keep from getting bored in the winter time when you're kind of inside, bad weather, it's a little cool, maybe rainy, maybe snowy, depending on where you're at. Probably doesn't apply to you folks down in Florida and Arizona and Southern California, but very good question. I made a video earlier around, where I spend some of my time. I talked about study groups. I'll link that in this video. And I also left a video on what's the best time of year to retire. And I encourage people, especially in northern climates, where I'm at, to retire in the spring. Just what I did, and I got some reasons for that. I'll link that one also. But hey, Joe, what do you do in the wintertime? Okay, so I listed a couple. So I got my glasses on, small print, got to read this. Hopefully you're enjoying my backyard and how green it is. I love this time of year. I do all the yard work myself and enjoy it. That's one of the things I occupy my time with in the summertime. And some of you may say, gosh, I'd hate to do that. Why not pay somebody to do it? I enjoy doing it. Put my headphones on, let's do a podcast. Okay, what to do in the wintertime? Travel. Far less crowds. There's nobody at these national parks. You could travel south. I've gone to Florida for as long as a month, go for a couple weeks. Arizona, Southern California, I mentioned those. Texas, where we went last year for a month. So look at traveling in the winter time, and when the weather is better at your home base, enjoy it with your friends there. So travel during those winter months. Earlier, I already mentioned this, a study group. I have a study group. I probably spend at least 10 hours a month preparing for the topic of the month. Chinese Cultural Revolution is the topic of this month. May not sound exciting to you, but get into it. It's pretty cool. So I have that study group that occupies time. I have a retirement group. We meet every Friday at a donut place. I do not eat any donuts. Everybody else does. But we talk about current events and we actually help each other. There'll be questions. I come up with probably more questions than anybody else. What are you doing around Social Security? What are you doing around I-bonds? We talk about power washing driveways, sealing driveways. We talk about gutter guards, was the last questions I brought in front of the think tank. A lot of these folks are engineers like me, so I value their opinion. I also have an investment money group. We meet about once a quarter live now, but we exchange emails and we have study topics. Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Trust are an issue that we're talking through right now. But those, those are constantly, things I can spend time on, but they can peak in the winter months. And I could do more research in the winter months. I spend a lot of time exercising. I go outside, probably I'm running maybe 2 days a week, lifting weights maybe 2 days a week, but the other 5 days a week I'm on the elliptical, stretching, doing some things that I could do inside the house. So exercise is a big part of my normal day. I also paint. I'm on the paint crew for Habitat. We build homes for lower income families. That continues right through the winter time. I could actually volunteer more, be part of the construction crew, but right now I'm wanting to limit that. I've got enough things to do. But Habitat is a great way to work with your hands and not just give money to a nonprofit. I'm also on a parks board where I can help out with park maintenance. I've got a park just here behind me. Maybe you'll hear the basketball going. But going over there and cleaning up sticks and painting and just organizing some things, cleaning up some things, debris, trash, things like that I work on. Winter is also a good time to do home maintenance, like if you've always wanted to paint that room or remodel that bathroom, or decluttering. This is one of the areas I spend a lot of time on. My wife and I raised 4 kids. We've got a house with 4 kids worth of stuff in it still, and getting them to take some of their stuff, sifting. They want about 5% of the stuff that's left in the house, and 95 just needs to go. And so what are we doing with that? Do we give that away to a secondhand store, which my wife is a manager at a secondhand store, all volunteer. By manager, that's a title, not a pay grade. But she increases her time there. But decluttering is a big deal in retirement. How do you get rid of all this stuff you collected over 40 years? I also spend time helping out neighbors. I'm actually president of the Homeowners Association. We got some common areas. I can do some maintenance in those areas. Help out friends that need to move, need some furniture moved around, need something, some assistance on in their life. And my parents are 87 and 85. This week I spent 2 days over at their house, kind of help preparing them, just doing some physical work, I'll say. And one of the big jobs was moving a television set from a basement where their normal family room is upstairs, so they don't have to deal with the stairs all the time. It's in an upstairs living room. There's a TV mounted on a wall. Can't see the cords, did all that kind of stuff, set them all up where they can watch their cable. They're still cable people, not streamers, but I could do things like that since I'm retired. So there's so many things that you can do in retirement. Hopefully this inspired you just a little bit. But I'm telling you, your first year, I encourage you to, just to try that spring. And then by the time winter comes along, you'll have a lot of these social networks and activities already in the works. I find now that I'm retired 5 years, I still have to say no an awful lot in the wintertime. Okay, it can seem fearful to you that are on the precipice of retiring, but you get a couple months under your belt by retiring like in April or March. I promise you it won't be a problem. It's Joe out.